View for the Arsenal game on Saturday, 5:30 kickoff. So Manchester United travel to the Emirates at 5:30 on Saturday, and what a fantastic game this is going to be. You know, the history between the two clubs is very, very good as well. There has been some fantastic matches over the years. You've seen the likes of 8-2 Manchester United. We're seeing, Arsenal, beat us in the FA Cup final in 2005. Arsenal, won the league at Old Trafford in 2002 as well. And Arsenal, went years without a trophy, went about 9 years without a trophy, and as well, Arsenal are the current FA Cup, record holders of the FA Cup. I think they've won it 12, 13 times. I think they just won ahead of us as well, our Arsenal Football Club. But their record, especially, against the big teams, is very, very poor. Especially, this season, Arsenal have lost at City. Arsenal got destroyed at Liverpool and they're at the beginning of the season. They did pretty well at Chelsea, to be fair. They got a point at Chelsea. But against the big teams, especially the last 2 or 3 years, their record against big teams hasn't been that good, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, this is going to be a fantastic, fantastic game of football. But both teams are going into this, since the international break, we've won 3 games in the Premier League. We've won 3 out of 3 in the Premier League, since the international break. We did lose, 1 game in the Champions League to Basel, but but the 3 games, we have won, since the international break, beat Newcastle comfortably 4-1, beat Brighton 1-0, and, we won on Tuesday night at Watford by 4-2. That was a majority of the game. It was a very, very good performance. Second half, we looked a bit nervy when Watford come back to 3-2, but we oversaw the game. The first half especially, I thought Ashley Young were fantastic, scoring 2 fantastic goals. Martial getting a goal, and Lingard getting a goal as well. Lingard got on a goal and an assist on Tuesday night. Lukaku got an assist, but he could have got his name on the score sheet because Lukaku had chances, on a Tuesday night as well to get his name on the score sheet. He has got 8 goals in the Premier League this season as Romelu. I think he's got Romelu Lukaku nearly scored a century goals, all in all in the Premier League as Romelu Lukaku now in the current process. But as I said, Lukaku got an assist. Ashley Young got 2 fantastic goals as well. Lingard got an assist, as I said, and Herrera got an assist as well when he come on in the game. But yeah, this is going to be a fantastic game of football. Arsenal's form, in their last 2 games, they've won comfortably. They won 5-0 yesterday, did Arsenal against Huddersfield. And at the weekend, weekend just gone there, beat Burnley by 1-0, scoring stoppage times. Last 2 games, scored 6 goals and kept 2 clean sheets of Arsenal as well. So both teams going into this game now are in pretty decent form. Arsenal are sitting 4th in the table. We're sitting 2nd. We're 4 points in front of Arsenal as well. Chelsea obviously winning yesterday, so they're sitting 3 points behind us as well, Chelsea. But Arsenal could actually overtake Chelsea if they do beat us on Saturday as well. But going into this game, I'll give you a few statistics. Manchester United 8 wins. There's been 6 draws between the 2 sides and 4 wins as well. But obviously, in the last couple of seasons at the Emirates, we have actually, been beaten, comfortably at the Emirates. Because last season, we drew a lot of games at home, especially. And we went a period when unbeaten, I think in 25, 26 matches. We had an unbeaten run of 25, 26 matches. But Arsenal had ended that last season, when we went to Emirates, because we did lose the game 2-0. I remember the game, we did start the game off quite well last season, in that 2-0 defeat. But then Arsenal just come into the game and destroyed us, and it was basically Xhaka's deflected goal, that changed the whole thing, and then Welbeck pops up, makes it 2-0, so we did lose there last season, but the Old Trafford one last season, we actually, should have won the Old Trafford game last season, it was, can't remember who scored our goal, if I can remember, I cannot remember now, but we did concede a late goal to Olivier Giroud as well, so Manchester United basically should have won that game, and that cost us points. And that game we dominated. Arsenal weren't in the game at all. And then, the score late on as well. And, as I said, the 2016 season as well, we lost at the Emirates by 3 goals to 0. We was absolutely destroyed in that first 20 minutes because Arsenal were 3-0 up in the first 20 minutes of that game. We did that season, in that 3-0 defeat at the Emirates, we did get them back at Old Trafford. We did beat them by 3 goals to 2 in that game as well. Rashford, scoring on his debut as well, in his Premier League debut. And just before that, Rashford has scored in his Europa League debut as well, which was very, very good to see. But this is always a good game. Arsenal, Manchester United, especially, at the Emirates, always a very, very good game. So, into this game, well, it's exactly the same. Arsenal's last 5, they've lost 2, won 3. Our last 5, lost 2, won 3. So the form is, both teams are in the same form going into this game as well. But this is going to be a cracking game of football. Just to give you a bit of team news as well. Good news for Manchester United is that Lacazette's out. I think he's Arsenal's top scorer this season. He's got 7 goals this season for Arsenal. Aaron Ramsey's got the most assists as well. I think he's got 5 assists. Lacazette's suffered a groin problem. He suffered in the Huddersfield game. So Wenger and Arsenal have confirmed he's going to be out for Arsenal as well. As I did update you as well, as I did give you a bit of an update that Nemanja Matic as well could be likely to miss out at the weekend as well, which is a bad miss for us because he come off in around the 4th minute mark to replace Ander Herrera. To replace Ander Herrera and Nemanja Matic as well. But Matic, I think it said he suffered like a muscular problem or something like that. Jose Mourinho doesn't know how severe it is yet. Matic has played in all 14, games this season in the Premier League for Manchester United. The majority of the games he's played in as well. So it would be a big miss for us, if he's not going to be featured on Saturday, because we've got big games coming. We've got Arsenal at weekend. Then we got Moscow in the Champions League. We need a point to qualify for that. Then we got City after that. What? All right. And then we got City after that. So basically, I think, obviously we've seen Rojo, recover from long-term injury as well. It's good to see, and he's performed well since he's come back from injury. But our best player on that left-hand side is without a doubt being Ashley Young. And I think he's going to rotate a little bit on Saturday. The squad is Mourinho. And we've got Ibrahimovic, who come back recently from long-term injury. Hasn't played from the start yet, so could he be even named from the start in this Arsenal game? He has, I think he's made 3 or 4 substitute appearances, since recovering from injuries, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But Fellaini's also, in doubt as well. So Herrera, could be named in the starting 11 as well, with Matic, who's looking likely to miss the Arsenal game. And, with Fellaini's in doubt as well, Herrera could start this game as well, because he's finding game time very, very hard now. He's and Herrera, so he's looking likely he could be actually alongside, Paul Pogba, in the squad as well. But as I said, Manchester United, Lukaku was on 4 million on the season. He went 7 games without scoring, until the Newcastle game. And now he's gone 2 games in the Premier League, without scoring. So hopefully it'd be good to see Lukaku, get a goal in this game. He made his 200th appearance on Tuesday as well. It would be good to see him, get a goal in this game. He has had his chances, when he hasn't been scoring, to actually score. But, he's still playing well, when he's on there. And I think the likes of Lukaku, we've got 2 young talents in the squad, Martial and Rashford, can cause at the Arsenal defence problems, because Arsenal still need to reinvest. But going into this as well, so that's basically the main team news. We've got Manchester United have still got Bailey out and Jones, but they could make a return for the Arsenal game. We're not quite sure that they could make a return for this game, Bailey and Jones. We know Carrick's also been suffering a heart problem as well, in the current process. Carrick's suffering a heart problem as well. But yeah, what am I going to say now? But obviously we know Arsenal, have got Ozil and, Sanchez contended deals. I think Ozil will be featuring in the game in Saturday, because Ozil has been heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford. Ozil has got a record of assists, especially, since he's been in the Premier League as Mesut Ozil. But to be quite fair, he hasn't got a good record he hasn't got a very, very good record of scoring or providing against the big teams as Mesut Ozil, believe it or not. Because we know also Ozil has been heavily linked with a move to Barcelona as well as Manchester United, because obviously Barcelona's main priority target is Coutinho. Barcelona have got alternatives in case they do fail with the pursuit of Coutinho as well, because it come out in the press the other day that reportedly Ozil had agreed a contract with Barcelona, and he had actually agreed to join Barcelona, but Wenger had come out and said Ozil had not agreed to join Barcelona. It did say in the press the other week, I think it was, that he'd actually been given permission to leave Arsenal Football Club, and he actually could be available for around 20 million in January. But Wenger has said Ozil and Sanchez, will not be sold, in the January transfer window. But Messi has said he'd rather have Coutinho at Barcelona rather than Mesut Ozil as well. And I still think Ozil is actually keen, on staying in the Premier League, as he's currently explained. And reportedly, he has been demanding a higher wage increase of over £300,000. As Mesut Ozil as well. But Wenger said they will not be sold in January. Mesut Ozil's, fantastic player. as I said, it'd be fantastic for Manchester United, would Mesut Ozil, because Jose Mourinho basically says he's a very, very good number 10. Jose Mourinho, has worked with him in the past as well at Real Madrid. Had 3 fantastic years with Real Madrid. Since 2013, this is his 5th season process with Arsenal. He's made over century appearances. Ozil, he's got a record of assists, as I said. He's also very, very good at creating chances. Is Mesut Ozil also got a lot of experience, of being in Germany, with Schalke and Werder Bremen. He'd risen up the ranks with Schalke, and very good with Real Madrid. And Arsenal paid £42 million for him from Real Madrid, but we know the contract talks are stalled, so Arsenal are nowhere near in the process of securing him a new deal. And even Ian Wright suggests that he would be an unbelievable signing for Manchester United. So it'll be good to see if he does play, which looks likely he will, how he will perform at the weekend against us as well. But obviously Arsenal are identifying replacements for Ozil and Sanchez, but they're taking a financial risk, because if Venice says, they won't be sold in January, then they will leave on a free transfer next summer. And it's looking likely, they're not going to be signing new deals, either of these players. And and you've also, got Alexis Sanchez, who's another player for Arsenal, who's coming to the end of his deal. We know a lot of teams have also been interested in Alexis Sanchez as well. Manchester City, in my opinion, still emerging front runners. We know Sanchez, has also been demanding a higher wage increase as well from Arsenal Football Club, in the current process. But versatility very, very good at leading the line, strong, work rate fantastic, establishes himself well in the Arsenal team, and he can score, he can also provide. I think his advanced role is that number 7 is Alexis Sanchez. He did demand that he won the Champions League football, back in the August window, did Alexis Sanchez. Man United have still had a slight interest in the player, but it did say, PSG have approached Sanchez's representatives. It did say PSG, could actually make a move for him in January, but PSG, considering the amount of money they invested, they basically need to sell, before they can buy Paris Germain as well, need to sell before they can buy, because they invest a lot of money, on Mbappe and Neymar and stuff like that. And Sanchez has been heavily into the move to Manchester City, hasn't he? So, to be quite fair, I do think Sanchez, will go to Manchester City. Whether City are prepared to pay £20-30 million for him in January, or wait until he becomes a free transfer in the summer. But I think he's keen on reuniting with Pep Guardiola after they were fantastic together at Barcelona. Sanchez also got experience of being in Italy as well. He's won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons since he's been at Arsenal. We know he's made over a century of appearances as well. We know also Real Madrid have reportedly, stepped their interest up in Alexis Sanchez as well, in the current process. But Sanchez does want to leave Arsenal Football Club, but Wenger said, Sanchez and Ozil will not be sold, all right. He said Sanchez will not be sold in the January transfer window, and Arsene Wenger has made this clear as well. He made his international debut also in 2006 as well. Did Alexis Sanchez last season with Barcelona? He scored 21 goals. He had 3 fantastic years there. To be fair, did Sanchez. But obviously, Arsenal are identifying replacements. Lamar. Is one of their main price target in August. Also too, Draxler have been interested in him, and Nabil Fekir as well. They are 3 potential targets that Arsenal have targeted as replacements as well. And it did come out in the press actually, the other day. And don't forget with the Sanchez, Arsenal could have cashed £50-60 million in, because City were prepared to pay that, but obviously Arsenal couldn't find that replacement. But basically saying, Arsenal's main price target was Thomas Lemar. Thomas Lemar made his international debut in 2016. Monaco, Arsenal had 2 bids rejected for him in August. Liverpool had 2 bids rejected for him in August, because Monaco were not willing to offload Thomas Lemar due to, the amount of money that Monaco raised for the departure of their players. They raised, I think they generated like £300 million. Did Monaco departure of their players. The next champ player, where he played 32 times, Thomas Lemar as well, and Monaco just paid over £3 million for him. And I think Monaco sitting third, in Liga 1 this season, won the La Ligue, they won the Ligue 1 for the first time in nearly 2 decades last season. Since Baker's international debut for France, his senior debut, he has become a regular for the France team as well. But Arsenal did put £90 million in at the end of the window. But he says Arsenal may return for him in January, but they are preparing not to pay up to 90 or 92 million. They were willing to offer, right at the end of the window. But Liverpool also had 2 bids rejected for Lamar as well. But Lamar can play anywhere through the centre, can play on each flank as well, can Thomas Lamar. But yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, Nabil Fika, the press were reporting the other day about Nabil Fika that reportedly he were edging closer to making the move to Arsenal Football Club with Nabil Fika, because obviously it said Arsenal were over week. It said Arsenal were closing on a £60 million deal for Nabil Fika. Obviously, you know, Arsenal paid £52 million for Lacazette. That was a club record fee for Arsenal Football Club, and he's doing well for them this season. But yeah. We're there. But maybe Nabil Fika, you know, he's probably keen on reuniting with Lacazette, because obviously Nabil Fika used to play with Lacazette, you know, when Lacazette was at Lyon as well in the current process. But Nabil Fika, he's under contract with Lyon until 2020, don't forget. Sorry if I've pronounced his name wrong, guys. He can play in the midfield, can't he? He can play in the front line as well, can Nabil Fika. But he recently actually on fantastically well. He recently done fantastically well with Leon as well. He got promoted into the senior team in 2013. You know, he made international day in 2015. He become more of a regular in Leon's senior team. In his second season, he become more of a regular in the team. And during the 2015-16 season, he was currently injured the majority of that season, so he did miss out. Did the player as well. But last season he got 10 goals and 10 assists as well, and he's scoring goals this season as well, you know, is the current player. But obviously Arsenal are going to be finding replacements for Ozil and Sanchez. But Arsene Wenger, you know, suggests out there will not be sold in January. But Man United, my opinion, you know, we spent 300 million in free transfer windows, you know, since Mourinho took over. I still think, my opinion, you know, our left-hand side, you know, still needs addressing as well. It's actually said in the press, you know, he's changed his transfer plans now due to, you know, the form of Antonio Martial as well. But for me, it did say, you know, Mourinho, you know, is identifying 4 left-footed players, and it has said we have to sell basically, you know, before we can buy, and you know we could still see some players go as well. But this is going to be a fantastic game of football. Arsenal, Manchester United, 5:30 kickoff. And what a game this is going to be between the two sides. But this season against big teams, we haven't done well. You know, Liverpool were poor, got away with it, got the draw, played defensive. Chelsea, very, very poor as well. We lost there. So hopefully this is the first big team this season that Manchester United, you know, can get 3 points against. And then we go to Moscow at home, and then we go to Manchester City. So basically we've got to win all these games, and these games are like a cup final now. You know, with City again winning yesterday, scoring in the 96th minute. So we do have to win this game as well. So there's, you know, Arsenal are not as... Arsenal are not title contenders basically like they used to be, you know, because, you know, Man United and Arsenal used to fight titles. You've seen in 2003 when they were 8 points clear in March and we caught them then. But this is not like the Arsenal, you know, versus Manchester United of old, is it really? You know, because it was a title decide, you know, back in the day when Man U had Van Nistelrooy, Ryan Giggs, Roy Keane, and then when Arsenal had the likes of Henry and Gilberto and Lundberg and Robert Pires, that's when Arsenal versus Manchester United was a title decider and a big, massive game. It is still a big, massive game, but not as a big game as it used to be, you know, years and years ago. And Arsenal have not won the Premier League, you know, since 2004. Don't forget. As well, and they did go about 9 years without a trophy, didn't they? But they did go undefeated in that 2004 season, didn't lose one game in the Premier League. But this is going to be a fantastic, fantastic game of football. So to confirm some news for the game, Matic looking likely he's out. Fellaini's in doubt, so I think Herrera's going to be in the squad. He's going to get into the mix. Bailey and Jones, I think, still out, but they may recover, I'm not sure. Cavic's got a heart problem as well. Arsenal have got Lacazette out, which is pretty good news for us because Lacazette's doing well this season. So, yeah, we will basically see what happens. So, what are you doing?
What's that?
What's what? Looking at football, why?
I thought you had betting sites on.
No, it's football.
Is it alright now, that laptop?
Yeah. Works anywhere.
Alright, well, snow's here again. Snow is that, what?
Yeah.
Snow? Why don't you fuck off?
Have you made something to eat, yeah?
Yeah, it's been ready half an hour. It'll be clapped round.
All right.
Beans on toast.
All right.
This that getting did it when it's snow. Probably it's builders now.
I know. Where are you off?
Lots of school to get kids shortly. Your beans and toast for your coffees down with you.
All right. Well, sorry about that, guys. So, I want to know your score predictions, what you think the full-time result is going to be. So, this is a big game for Manchester United. This is a must-win game. But this is always, you know, a good game between Arsenal and Manchester United. You know, they've both got good players. Manchester United, obviously, overall, we are a miles better team than Arsenal, to be quite honest with you. I don't think Arsenal are title contenders. They haven't been for quite a while, have they? You know, let's be quite honest, because they still need more creativity and depth into their squad, do Arsenal. And their transfer policy was poor in August. You know, they missed out on quite a few targets. But Arsenal obviously have got Ozil's coming to end of the deal, Sanchez coming to end of the deal, and also too Jack Wilshere as well. But my best moment, Man United and Arsenal, one of the best games was the 8-2. That was a fantastic game. We destroyed them 8-2. That was back in 2011 as well in the current process. But this is going to be a fantastic game. My score predictions, I'm not quite sure, you know. I think draw or United win, if I'm going to be quite honest, because I think we can go to the Emirates and get a result. I really do. If we perform and we go there winning mentality, I think we can get a result. But it's not going to be easy, as I said. But then we'll put some of the statistics up now of this game. And you've got Arsenal have just lost one of their last 5 Premier League home games against Manchester United. So Arsenal have beat us the last 4 times at the Emirates. We've only beaten them once, winning each of the last 2 without conceding the goal. The Gunners have won 3 successive home league matches against United. The Gunners have not won 3 successful home league games against us since May 1991. No side has won more Premier League away games at Arsenal than us. Level with Liverpool, with only Chelsea have won more at the Emirates than the Manchester United. Arsenal have won their last 4 Saturday evening kickoffs at home in the Premier League since a 2-1 defeat against Manchester United in November 2014. Arsenal have now won their last 12 home games in a row, last enjoying a long run between February and November 2005 at Highbury. We won at Watford in the midweek fixture, but haven't secured back-to-back away wins in the Premier League since a run of 4 in April. Jose Mourinho hasn't won any of his last 11 away league games against Big Six opposition since a 2-1 win at Liverpool in November 2014, with his side scoring just 1 goal in the last 10 such games. This will be the 18th meeting between Arsenal and Jose Mourinho, with the Portuguese manager losing just 2 of these. However, those 2 losses have come over the last 4 meetings. Ozil has been directly involved in 4 goals in his last 4 Premier League appearances against us. So I said he hasn't got a very good record against the big teams, but against us, he's been involved in 4 goals in his last 4 Premier League games against us, so he hasn't done too bad against 2 goals, 2 assists. Ozil's assisted Olivier Giroud 14 times in the Premier League. Only 2 players have assisted another more often for Arsenal in the competition. Robert Pires to Thierry Henry 17 and Thierry Henry to Freddie Ljungberg. Olivier Giroud has scored 60 goals as a substitute in the Premier League, the 4th highest tally in the competition. Jermaine Defoe 23, 1 Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Kanu 17. So there's a few statistics as well going into the game. But this is going to be a fantastic game of football, as I said. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel, guys. Subscribe to my channel as always. Take care. God bless, guys. And I'll see you all again very, very soon. Take care. Bye.